Every Monday, we have an opportunity to chat with the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, and he joins us now live from the Cardinals Dignity Health Training Center in Tempe. Jonathan Gannon here on the Burns Gambo Show. Coach, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on. How you guys doing?
Good, JG. I know you just addressed it with the media at the complex, but I'll ask you now with our audience. I know you addressed the Emari Demercado situation, the sideline incident that happened. So I'll just give you an opportunity to explain in your words what happened there and what you said to the team afterwards.
Yeah, not afterwards. In a team meeting today, I woke up this morning and I didn't love how I handled that. Truthfully, I got let the moment get the better of me there, and my emotions ran a little bit hot. So I apologize to Emari and apologize to the team in the team meeting, and I won't let it happen again. It's a mistake that I made that we got to make sure that we correct our mistakes and move on and get better from.
All right. Good to hear that everything's okay. 2 weeks ago after the San Francisco game, I asked you if you had any issues with the play calling in that game, and you said you didn't. So I'll ask you again, because the last 8 drives in this football game, 2 fumbles, and 6 of the drives netted a total of 8 yards. At the end of the game, we didn't see Marvin Harrison Jr. or Trey McBride touch the ball. Do you have any issues with Drew Petzing and the play calling in this game?
No, I don't. But we do. It's just what you just said, Gambo. We got to make sure that we're doing those things. We got to make sure that we're getting the ball to our playmakers throughout the whole game. And I know it's not good. That's going to come in spurts at times, but it's not for lack of trying. I know that. We just got to continue to find solutions to make sure that happens and stay more efficient and play better offense for 60 minutes. Really play better defense for 60 minutes and play better as a team for 60 minutes. So I understand during NFL games it's going to be, you're not going to win every snap, but we got to win more snaps than we're winning right now.
Yeah, a lot of people are calling for Drew to be replaced because of the offense being so stagnant. I do want to ask you about the 3rd and 8 in that situation. Did you feel at any point that, hey, we're gonna check out of this? I don't want a running play here. I want to try to win the game. Or were you happy with Drew's call on a running play there on 3rd and 8 at the end of the game?
No, we talked about it today. We got to put him in a better spot there to try to get a first down. And what we thought they were going to do to that personnel group, they didn't end up doing. So we got to look at different things to try to get to another call there. So, it's something to live and learn from. But no one feels great about what the position that we put him in there on 3rd and 8.
I asked this question out of ignorance because I really don't know how this works. Would you, in that moment, would you get on the headset and would you say, hey, let's try something else? Or is that not the moment for you to do that?
No, there's conversation on a headset because I hear everything that's going in. And I think that, some phone's ringing here. I'm sorry.
You can go get it. We'll wait for you.
Yeah, do you guys hear that or no? That's the first time it's ever happened in 3 years. Seriously.
We trust you. We hear it.
But anyhow, I think, like I said, he had the call ready. They did something different. We're going to be up against the clock. We talked about operationally what we can do to then get us in a better play. So, like I said, it's a learning experience, and we got to do a better job as a staff there to make sure that we're giving them the best chance that we can.
I saw a Paris Johnson quote after the game in which he said, the goal is to not let this deflate the energy. How much of your job this week is that versus preparing for the Colts when you're coming off a loss like that?
Yeah, well, today was all about, going over and learning from this game. That's kind of our process, right? But I'll make sure that when they walk in the building on Wednesday, and I told them about it, once they walk out of here on Monday, now it's on to Indy. They got to pour into their health bucket on their day off and watch the tape like they normally do and all those things to get ready for Indy before they come in here. But you cannot live in the past in this league. Like, if you let things that happen in the past into your brain or affect you psychologically moving into the next week, you are not going to play good football. And that's coaches and players. So collectively, we got to make sure that's on point. They know that. The coaches know that. It'll be reiterated. But honestly, the fabric of this team, you guys, they're mature. They'll do a good job of resetting themselves, letting this go, walking back into the building and get ready to go to Indy.
Are there games in your vast experience as a coach in this league where it's harder to do that than others, or do you try?
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, all losses are tough to do that, and after wins, it's hard to do that as well.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many times you win a game, you're still talking about the plays you made on Thursday when you're supposed to be, worried about third down. But obviously, we're very disappointed with how that game went. Looking at it today, the opportunities that we had, that we put ourselves in the situations where we had all kinds of different opportunities to win that game. Normally you don't have that many. And we didn't get it done. So that, I'm not going to lie and say the attitude was great. We had to take it on the chin today. But with saying that, you got to bury it tonight and you got to move on.
I know I'm going to continue to harp on the offense a little bit. I know it's tough, but I appreciate you answering the questions. I really do, because I think the fans want to hear this. It almost felt like in watching the game that it was like not trusting Kyler. Like you get the ball, 4:33 left, chance to run out that clock and have Kyler make some plays. And instead, 5 handoffs on those plays. To us watching, it's like, do we not trust Kyler to make a big play right there? I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
No, both Drew and I, the whole building trusts Kyler to make those plays, and that's what we talked about today. Like, we got to make sure that we keep the ball in the quarterback's hands, and you can do that a lot of different ways. But we got to make sure we have the ball in the quarterback's hands with a chance for him to impact the game.
And the other one that I wanted to ask you about was Marvin, because Marvin had that incredible end to the game last week, and everybody's like, okay, this is a turning point. This is how this offense should be, the way you played the last 10 minutes of that game. Marvin was terrific in the first half. He had 4 catches and 98 yards. I mean, but in the second half,
he had the big third down catch in the third quarter too.
Yards,
I thought that was an extra play. Yeah,
but then
I thought he played extremely well. He definitely made some improvements. What he wanted to work on, he was cognizant of. I think it showed up. Just like with Marv and with Trey. We have to make sure that we get those guys touches through the full 60 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. So after that beautiful catch for 19 yards that you just mentioned, 26 straight plays without targeting Marvin. What happened there?
Yeah, I mean, we had some plays up for him, and the structure didn't allow for the ball to go there. But I think we have to do a better job collectively to make sure that he touches the ball, and Trey as well, because that's who the passing game goes through. And I thought some other guys stepped up when they weren't the first read in it. I thought they made some plays, but we got to let 18 and 85 impact the game.
Jonathan Gannon is joining us for his weekly visit here on the Burns Gambo Show. I want to ask you about Will Hernandez, who made his return yesterday.
So good to see.
It was good to see. It was really good to see him back out there. He was obviously on some sort of a snap count. Did you feel like in general, the offense ran better when he was out there for the snaps that he was?
That's right, Burns. He was. We decided, with him, with just where his health was at and what he's been doing, that it was probably, because you've seen us do that other ways where we kind of rotate some guys, 2 series, whatever. Talking with him, the best thing for him, and really the best thing for us as it relates to him, was just letting him, get off his amount of plays that we kind of wanted him around. Being his first game back from a significant injury, and practices, he's been practicing full, but practice is different than a game. So I liked what he did out there. I think he knocked off some rust. I thought he played better as he kept playing. And looking forward to see where he's at this week and getting him back in the game.
Did you get an explanation for what happened on the snap? I thought Gaines stood up, and I think Kyler got distracted when the ball went off his helmet, and you had that fumble. Did you figure out what happened there?
Yeah, we did. It happened 3 different times. I would call them snap mechanics are not detailed out enough. The ball, Kyler was not expecting the ball to be snapped there, so. Obviously, those are self-inflicted wounds that until we get those corrected, it's going to be hard for us to win games. And I told the media this, that falls on me. Yes, I know I'm not on the offense coach, and everything that happens out on that field is my responsibility. So we got to make sure that we're better than that moving forward.
I think a lot of things are correctable, right? Like that, you talked about that being correctable. The Emari play is just a boneheaded play, right? That's not a correctable thing. That's just a kid, just doing the wrong thing and hurting the football team, because you put the game away and you get a win if he goes 1 more yard with the football. So, and I know you guys had the little blow up on the sideline, but outside of that, what do you say to him and the team to use that as a learning experience? Because that cost you a football game.
Well, I would say to that point, we have standard operating procedures that relate to the ball, and we have to execute those at a high level because you never know when they're going to show up. And I'm very comfortable with how we coach those things and our understanding of those things. We have to execute those at a better level right now.
Coach, we do appreciate the time. Thank you for coming on this Monday. We look forward to talking to you next week. Have a great week.
Okay, thank you guys. Have a good week.
Thanks,
yeah,
Coach.
Thanks, Jonathan Gannon, our guest here on the Burns Gambo Show. We appreciate him coming on after what was, I'm sure, a very, very difficult.
Yeah, that's
loss.
not easy.
No,
I mean, that's not easy to get grilled like that on all those questions. It's tough.
Thanks for watching Burns Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.